Today we're going to change the fork fluid, seals, and shims on the 2016 Africa Twin. Taking off the front wheel, I will loosen up these two pinch bolts, leave these tight while I take that nut off. I'm not a mechanic, I'm just a business guy that likes to work on my own bikes for my own peace of mind. Now loosen those pinch bolts. Now I gotta take off both brakes to release the forks. Then I'll undo the pinch bolts on the bottom and also on the top. It's easier to keep the lower triple tree tight and then go ahead and undo. You got to loosen these up and then go ahead and loosen up your fork cap. That way it won't turn. It's easier than trying to do it in your hand without the triple tree. And there's our puppy dog. So on the on this damper right here, I like to have it turn 3.5 turns, go all the way tight, then back it out 3.5 turns. That way whenever you reassemble it, your needle will not be bottoming out. I've done that before and I never could. I lost some of the free play, so I'd take it back out. So 3.5 turns from tight to loosen. And I think this is a 20, I know this is 14 millimeter, the preload adjuster, and I think this is a 21. Have to be hand loose, otherwise it'll put pressure on that cap and you can't get it off. This is Jerry. We're going to do his forks also, but I get these with their hand loose, and then whenever you tighten, they don't have to be real tight either, because the pinch bolts will hold them shut. And then I'm going to take these two pinch bolts, slide the left fork out. We're going to replace the springs on his forks and put new seals in since we're breaking them down anyway. But before you go to take off the cap to drain it, it's easier to knock this loose while there's pressure on it, and you usually have to use an impact wrench. So what I like to do is just knock it loose and then drain from the top, then disassemble. I use the impact wrench and got the bottom plug out. That's a 19 millimeter, and this is your valve for your, I think it's rebound. And anyway, you can see how dirty this stuff is after 15,000 miles. It's just nasty. There's little medical particles and all that. So now, hang on, Jerry. Now what I want to do is take off my fork cap. Yeah. All right. So now, hold on a second. Notice how, push down, the threads on that nut right there, that will determine this right here. So remember how that's threaded down. On here, this little nut here, and of how many threads before you get to before it taps out. So we're going to put a 12 millimeter there, and then a 17 millimeter right here. There we go. Twist this way. Just like that. And then we'll hold what you got for a second. Let's see. Now look how many threads from here to that bolt. So remember that amount, and then make sure you got the needle unscrewed. Alright, and I got these springs from, who did I get them from? Not Conflict.
Cogent.
Cogent Design. Todd at Cogent Design. He'll give him your weight and your bike, and he'll get you the right spring. So first thing you need to do, take this spring off of the dust cell. You just use your fingertip. Then you'll take a little flat-headed screwdriver, put it in there, and you don't want to damage anything.
Just gonna give him work around it a little bit. Just twist it. That's the dust seal, right? Yeah, that's the dust seal. And then just make sure you don't nick the fork.
Give a little twist all around there. Now, then you want to take this, and there's a little pin inside of there. I'm going to take my screwdriver. That's your retaining pin. And just pop it out. Just like that. You want to keep this in order. Then I'm going to take this, and then I'm going to pull it apart like that. Here's your oil seal, shim. Here's your bushing, and your upper bushing and lower bushing. These are coated with Teflon, and let's see what it looks like. Lower bushing looks okay. But look at the top bushing after after 15,000 miles. See how that Teflon's worn off? And when that Teflon wears off, that's when you start to get stiction, and then you got metal against metal. So that's why it's always good to replace these at least every. No, I'm sorry. This is 20,000 miles on these bushings, because I replaced them before Alaska last year. But the lower bushing still looks okay. But because they're super cheap, I'm gonna go ahead and replace both of them. And so that's what it looks like. And it kind of freaks you out the first time you pull those forks apart. You're gonna break something. So see, so there's the spring, dust seal, locking pin, oil seal, bushing that goes against the seal, and or whatever that ring, and then you got your upper bushing, then your lower bushing. And to get in the light or not, but you can see where the coating's been worn off. It's been like that since 10,000 miles. It hasn't affected my performance, even though some people say it does. But there's no scratching of the tube, and that's because I keep those bushings in good shape, replace them when I need to. Everything's clean somewhat. So this is the top, because you can see where the fork cap goes in. So I'm going to put new bushings, lower and upper. Then install my new, I use OEM fork seals. I know a lot of guys use SKF, but I like them because I change them out every 20,000 miles anyway. And so this is your lower fork tube. Remember, I'm not a mechanic, so I may have the names wrong. But this will slide down. This goes in here, and then your plug will bolt right there. Will bolt into that through here. Rod. You have a cap that fits down inside the fork right here. You want to make sure that you don't put on there like that, because there's nothing for this plug or this valve to bite into, and it'll just sit there and spin on you. So you want to make sure that you have it turned around like that. So now this, and then you'll be able to tighten it up. If you reverse it, you won't be able to tighten it. Then you're going to put drop your spring in, and then you'll put this in, and it's just this on top of your spring. And after, we're going to put the fork tube, put the whole assembly together though.
This came out. This is the at-home edition, right?
At home, non-pro, DIY edition. We can make an easy job look extremely terrible.
Alright, so now.
Alright, lower bushing, upper bushing. And, okay, so I put electric tape over this ridge right here to protect the seals. So I already got my, just a new seal? Yeah. Then I'm going to take this bullet to go over the top, and this seal is going to be sealing this way, with a dust cover. Then it just slides right on. And so remember I have everything laid out. I've got spring, dust seal, now this clip, and now I'm going to put my new seal on. So the OEM already comes with grease lined on the seal, and so this seal is going to sit in just like this. Yep. So I'm going to simply slide it on.
This clip has to sit in that little groove on the.
No, it sits on top. It sits on top of the seal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So see how it just slides on there nice and easy. And so then got my washer. It will sit on top of that. And then
bushing.
My bushing will go on top of that. And then my lower bushing.
You already, oh, you gotta take the tape off.
That would probably help. Make sure there's no residual stickiness on there. Alright, that's my new one.
Yep.
And it'll slide down in there just like that. And so the whole thing. Alright, so now I'm going to take this, slide this into here, and then I'm going to get my fork driver, or my seal driver. Then you just want to tap it. Actually, you want to put it on concrete so you can hear that solid sound. That's how you know it's seated. Okay? Then it's pretty ingenious how they did this. All right, I'm going to take this clip, put it, and you'll see that ridge where that clip goes. I'm simply going to take this, and then after you drive the fork down in there, simply take this clip till you hear that snap. Now you know it's in there. And now we just got to reassemble the fork. Piece of cake, eh? Then you'll take your dust seal, there. Then you got your spring. Just goes right around the dust seal like that. And now we just got to put all the internals back in. And we'll start with the damping rod and then work our way down. Alright, so now I'm going to take my damping rod Gonna go right. Try not to scratch anything. On top of this Motion Pro tool, just to seat the, so I can get the valve started. There, it's hand tight. Then I'll tighten everything else up once I.
On here, this little nut here, and of how many threads before you get to before it taps out. So we'll put a 12 millimeter there, and then a 17 millimeter right here. There we go. Twist this way.
Okay, pull it out. This bike has 3,500 miles on it, so the seals and everything's fine, but it's going to be interesting to see what the fluid looks like with just 3,500 miles. And we'll put new springs in this thing. We're using Cogent springs, Cogent Dynamics. All right, let's empty out that oil. Take this out first.
Yeah, that's gonna get
Now we're not affecting the bottom valve and nut because he's got 3,500 miles on this. So all we're trying to do is just change out the springs, and the seals should be fine as well. So we're not even changing the seals out. All right. Now, okay, let's dump your oil out. Take it and just dump it in here. Oh, what'd you do that for? What'd you squirt me for? Wasn't very nice.
Sorry.
How many times have we done this?
Twice.
No, like 4 times.
That's what the oil was.
All right, so the oil looks pretty clean. Wow, 3,500 miles. That oil is very clean. Go ahead and pull that spring out. Yeah, that oil is, I mean, I'm amazed at how clean that oil is. So 3,500 miles. Oil looks clean. We're not going to pull the outer tube out. We don't have to because we're not replacing the seals. We're going to replace the springs. Okay. Yeah, and then just milk that like a cow. Yeah. Don't put your finger over there. There you go. No. Yeah, just like that. Look how light that oil is, though. What do you think that is? 5 weight?
I don't know.
I think OEM is 8 weight. I think OEM is 8. We're going to be putting
well, the stuff they
10
gave me
weight.
was 10 weight.
Yeah.
To replace it.
I think 8 weight is OEM. I'm not for sure on that. But anyway, that looks pretty light. Okay, that's good. You don't have enough crud in there to mount anything. Okay. You gonna wipe it down? There's my assistant. She's looking for a dog. And the dog is right there. No, don't pull that out. What are you doing?
Oh no, I'm not.
No, don't get it. Don't. No, leave it down.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I was just pulling to the
You
top.
trying to create more work for us?
No.
What's wrong with you? All right. Let's drop springs in.
All right.
Springs from Cogent Dynamics. Did you get your roll of lifesavers in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if they're still in there, but I remember seeing that.
Okay.
I guess that's a.
Now we did a comparison between. Yeah, look at the spring rate. Look at the thickness difference. And then here, let us show you the difference on the suspension. Here is the Cogent. Here's OEM. Notice the spacing on the springs, and also look at the thickness. And also the OEM is progressive versus Cogent's not. Oh yeah, look. I'm not even haven't used up a quarter of the battery yet. All right, so we're pouring the oil.
He's right here running with the corgi.
Neighbors.
I guess that side. They're playing in the front yard.
Alright, we're pouring the oil in now.
Hey, how are you?
And we see we got the outer tube closed all the way down. And he's using the Honda, that's 8-weight.
No,
Ranger, come here,
it
baby.
You sure?
says 10 weight.
Okay,
SSA,
all right.
10 weight.
Ranger, come here. Ranger, come here.
All right, so I should
Ranger.
be putting a little
No, just
8
feel-
ounces.
just- Yeah. Just put it in, we know how we're gonna suck it out with the volume.
For anything, like to get
Okay, a little bit more. That's good right there.
Ranger, come on.
That's
Come on to
only
the front door.
2 ounces.
No, I can tell.
Well,
What do you think?
we haven't exercised it. Hang on just a second. Let me.
Did we put the spring in there?
Yeah, springs on.
Okay. So
I
now
haven't
he's gonna, now remember, take your tube and put your hand over it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is how you get the air out of the system. Raise the outer tube up. Hold your hand over the top of the, there you go. And just force that air through there. Okay, and when he brings it down, you'll see the fluid come out the middle of that damper rod. Okay, move your hand. Okay, here. Nope, 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 nope. What are you doing that for? Did you forget it? Did you forget it has a pee-pee hole? Okay, lower it down. You broke it. This is the Motion Pro. We're gonna put this at 95 millimeters. I'm gonna bring it to.
Oh wait, there should be some oil already in there.
Yeah, we got it measured off 95 millimeters, which is right there. So you can see I'm at 95 millimeters, and they're going to stick this down in here, suck out the remaining tube in.
Spring compressor.
This right here, the spacer in there. We're just doing it with just the spring, and so then I'm going to suck fluid out until I hit air. There we go. Until you see air bubble. Now you're at the exact level. Perfect. You don't need to, all you need is a couple of threads. Alright. Spacer. Alright. Now, there you go. Okay. Perfect. Now we're going to take the needle. All the way down. There you go. Now see if you can, now we're going to take a 17 millimeter on the top and 14 on the bottom. And just snug it up. Make it tight. But I've also known people to break these off, so be very, don't get all monkey fisted on it. Okay, perfect. Push down. Come on up. Nope, come on up. Hang on. There you go. Okay. Gonna bring your tube up. And you'll take your 19 millimeter or 24 millimeter on the end cap. 24 millimeter. Hang on to your outer tube. Twist it till you get it hand tight. Perfect. And then we'll tighten it up inside the triple tree, but you don't want to go much. You don't. Let's do a comparison between the new spring and the old spring. Okay. This is the old spring. This is the new spring. Look at the difference. He's putting all of his weight on it, on both of them. Old spring, new spring. So that's what happens when you got the OEM springs, is you're using up all your sag if you weigh over 170 pounds on the OEM springs, and so going to a tighter spring makes a big difference.